Welcome to a special edition of Knights and Dolphins, and I had to come and dust this stuff off to bring you the news that Majestic has just defeated Death Knights in an epic raid battle. Scores that we've never seen before were posted in this raid. It's the end of an era for Death Knights. We have seen Death Knights dominate in these raids on Android. They've been unstoppable. And this is not a knock against Death Knights. This is a testament to how amazing they've been over the years and the gargantuan effort that it has taken to beat these people. Well, it was Majestic that came through and delivered, and they posted the final score of 22.9 billion points to take out the Death Knights and claim first in this raid. Let me take you through it, and we'll go hour by hour, get some updates, and I'll let you know where the turning point was and what finally went down. Let's take a look at these scores. Okay, the raid starts off. We've seen this before. We're an hour and a half into the raid. Majestic's number one. They're just a boss ahead of DK, but that's nothing new here. We've seen this stuff before. Majestic will push hard right at the beginning, but somehow, some way, Death Knights just hammer, and then they knock Majestic out. So an hour and a half, there's really not much to say other than Majestic was in it. Fast forward now to 7 hours. Okay, we're 7 hours into this. Majestic's still in the hunt because they just barely have a lead on Death Knights. Okay, look at this. They're just right there in it. 7 hours into this thing, something happens. I don't know if it was a change on Death Knights, who may have had some people just suddenly drop off, or if Majestic just got all 40 people and hit like crazy. But look what happens between hour 7 and hour 9. All of a sudden, in that 2-hour space, Majestic now has an 80 million point lead. Wow. In that 2-hour gap, there's something happened there between the hours of 7 and 9 hours into this thing. I ended up going to sleep around that time, so I checked back in at the 19-hour mark. Look at this now. Majestic's opened up a 700 million point lead. So we go all the way back to that 7-hour mark. Between 7 hours and 19 hours, Majestic pushed forward so hard they opened up a 700 million point gap on the Death Knights. Now, at 19 hours in, this is not insurmountable at all. We've seen these gaps, get closed and they come and go. So move forward to the 24-hour mark. Majestic still has the 700 million point lead on DK, which means that they have not made any ground on Death Knights. Death Knights are right there with them, step for step, blow for blow, boss for boss. This thing's going down. 24 hours into it, they're still fighting on it. So, 33-hour mark, the leads actually dropped down to 600 million points. So somewhere over that 24-hour to 33-hour, that 9-hour point, Death Knights actually made a 100 million point. They broke into that gap. They got a little bit of a lead on there, or they out-hit Majestic for a little bit. So now they're only down by 600 million points. Let's scoot forward to the 40-hour mark. Majestic's leading by 1 billion points now at the 40-hour mark. This is critical because at this point, with 8 hours left, if DK doesn't turn it on and push hard and get some help from Majestic, there's no way they're going to overcome a 1 billion point lead. So when I say they need help, what that means is that not only is all 40 people in DK have to hit now for 8 hours, but they have to hope that something like half of Majestic is not hitting. Now, if you're in Majestic, you've gone 40 hours on this thing, you want to see this through. So we keep moving forward. 4 hours left. The lead has actually grown now at this point. Majestic didn't quit. They're up to a 1.3 billion point lead in this. With 1 hour to go, it goes up to 1.5 billion points. The writing is now on the wall. Majestic would have to completely stop hitting in order for DK to catch them at this point. It is certainly possible. You cannot rule this out until the very end. But with an hour and a half left to go, everybody in Majestic would have to quit. And it's clear now at this point that that is not going to happen. Final score, Majestic posts 22.9 billion points, which is a new raid record in Knights and Dragons. And Death Knights has 21.4 billion points. That's a lot of points. I want to congratulate both of those two guilds. and say that was a battle well fought. It was a pleasure just to watch it, even though I wasn't a part of it. I loved just watching that and seeing how close it was, and I love that 80 people did not give up. Nobody on either one of those guilds, to my knowledge, just gave up. Something may have happened behind the scenes, I don't know, but watching it as the guilds themselves battled, the guilds didn't give up. That's what this game's about. When we have these good close battles, is we want to see two guilds going at it and not quitting and fighting all the way to the end. To those people in Majestic, I want to say congratulations. Here's a shout out to you guys. These are the 40 members that were in Majestic that dethroned DK in the raid. Here you go. Now, wrapping it up, I want to give a shout out to the OTB people who finished in the top 10, as well as Excalibur, Junior, Wilbur, and Lady, who was in Excalibur. Congratulations. I know that it was very stressful, it was very tiring, and that was a very close battle in top 10 as well. This was a really epic raid, and we saw Wrecking House, who didn't make it. They finished in 11th, which was very frustrating for them, I'm sure, because, you know, if you're in one of these guilds, you're fighting non-stop. 48 hours you're going after this, and your mind is just working, and you're stressed, and it's difficult. So for somebody to finish 11th, that's tough, but congratulations, Junior, Lady, and Wilbur, my friends in Knights and Dragons, who finished in the top 10, even though it was really close. It was great battles that you guys had. Once again, closing it down, congratulations, Majestic, well-fought battle, DK. We'll talk to everybody later. Thanks for watching the show.